I don't want to under or over exaggerate, but it really did help save my business because it allowed me to be focused and think about how I'm going to work on this and how I'm going to save this business and get through the other end of it. Yeah. And we did. So yeah, it's great. I first came into the Brain Wellness Spa nearly 4 years ago now. I was referred by a family member who had been coming and seeing Terry for different sessions. I own my own business, so the business was going through a transitional period. There was a lot of financial stress and a lot of change for me, so I was just trying to find something to help me cope and work through that. I was quite open-minded about it. As I said, I had been referred by a family member who had been seeing Terry for at least a year at that stage, and I had seen the change in her. So I could see that there was something there. I still didn't quite fully understand what I was getting into or what it was that I would actually get out of it, but I knew that would be some sort of change. So I was not really anticipating any big change at the start with, so I was really surprised at how things changed for me quite quickly. It has really freed up my brain to be able to deal with my business and with my day-to-day life and maintaining a balance of work and life. My personal life, by not being absolutely overwhelmed by the things that are stressing me or causing that stress. It leaves me to a lot of room to move, to be able to work on those problems, to actually solve that stressful situation or to help process those stressful things that are happening without it just being completely overwhelmed by it. I just felt that there was, when I was stressed before starting my sessions with Terry, I was just not getting anywhere. I was trying to do different coping mechanisms to try to keep on top of it, but it was just spiraling out of control. I could never really get a grip of the situation and to work through it. The sessions allowed me to, as I said, just really quieten my brain so I could have time to think and process it and go, okay, that's stressing me. I'm stressed, whether it was financial stress or other changes in my business. But it allowed me time to actually sit back. My brain was quiet. I could think about it. How am I going to work way through this? Or sometimes even just the strength to push that problem aside for the time being, because I just didn't need to. It was just in my way and I didn't need to deal with it, so I could just move past it. Yeah, before starting my sessions, I wasn't always nice to be around. I don't know if I'm always still nice to be around now. But yeah, I don't think I was running my own business, being stressed. It just flows downhill. Everything starts at the top. Management starts at the top, how your team perform. If I was stressed, the young woman managing for me would be stressed and the other staff members would be stressed. And then that just spirals it out of control even further. So now you're dealing with not just being stressed yourself, but you've got a stressed out team who you now have to manage, so you've just created another problem for yourself. I've been a big advocate of Brain Wellness Spa since my first session. It has really just helped calm me down and helps me be focused. And as I said, the key thing is, because I use it all the time, I talk about training my brain. I've trained my brain of when to be active and when to be quiet and to stay quiet, so I can actually have a peaceful day off or an evening off or an interaction with a family member or a customer or whoever that might be. So it's made a big difference. I first noticed that that the sessions were having an effect on me, particularly during quiet times in my business. My business is a bit seasonal, so it ebbs and flows throughout the year. But I found that I was being far more proactive in those quiet times when it was most important for me to be proactive and not just be stressed because it was a quiet time and might have been having cash flow problems or whatever it was in the situation. But I could be so focused at going, right, this is what I need to do to survive this. And if it wasn't for those sessions, I honestly do not believe that my business would have survived, because I was not in the right space. I wasn't moving in the right direction where I needed to be. These sessions helped me, once again, quiet my brain to deal with everything that needed to get through. And now, when a quiet set time of the year comes up, which is like right now, I just work through it because I know what I need to do and how I'm going to get through to the other side of it. So it's great. Look, it's something I've never fully been able to explain to people, the benefit of these sessions that I come to. I've completed a few different programs over the years, and I've just started a new program now. In the last probably 18 months, I've really just come in for top-up sessions. I find it very hard to explain to other people what the benefit is. One analogy I've used with people in the past, I say, imagine you're standing at one end of a football field and you can see your problems at the other end of the football field. You know those problems are there. You're going to get to them, you're going to work on them, but they're not on top of you. If you've got all that space in between you and your problems to work out how to deal with those problems, and you've got all that distance in front of you. That's an analogy I've used in the past to try and describe it to people. Other people might describe it differently, but it's worked for me, and it still works every day. So I have been coming for a couple of years. I will continue. I've just started a new program, so this is going to be an 8-session program. So that's me for at least the rest of this year. So, and in the meantime, I had been doing little top-up sessions, and I think they're important to do. There were times when I left too long a time in between sessions, and it would just help me come in, help me stay focused, give me some quiet time, and just work through it. So yeah, I think it's something that we need to, well, I personally need to continue to work on. It's not something that's just going to get fixed in a heartbeat. So I'll be continuing doing my sessions over time. It was great. I would say absolutely anyone who's thinking about booking an appointment, just do it, because you won't be disappointed. Every member of my family members, co-workers and even colleagues that I've suggested coming to Brain Wellness Spa have never said anything negative about it. It's helped me incredibly over the last couple of years. So it's been great.